Aha, now we're online. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sydney. This is Zenon, and I'm his brother, his younger brother.
No.
Yes, I am.
No, Dad.
Yeah, you're so pretty. Look at him. He's my younger brother.
No.
Older brother.
No. You're my dad.
I'm your dad. Okay, fair enough. I'm his father, and he's my very special guest on this non-swearing version of things I'd usually swear a lot about. But because he's so young and precious, we don't want to put those words into his head just yet. He's got at least another 6 weeks before he can do all that stuff, haven't you, boy? Anyway, so the thing about this video is called Own Your Stuff. Shit. But basically, what we're talking about is as people who like to think that we're on top of our fitness, it's a great thing to do. And by the way, if you are watching on YouTube, let's just double check that you can see it. There's a little button. There's something down here. We can see, there he is, smiling away. You can join in if it says join the conversation, but it doesn't say it on there. I don't know. There's a part happening, but you can actually join us if you wanted to on the page with the Hangout. I'm not quite sure how you do that, but I should have checked that before we done it. So, but if you're watching, doesn't matter. You might have a question, but yeah. So basically, what we're going to talk about? What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Hairdressing.
No.
Makeup.
No.
Cigarettes.
No.
Booze.
No.
Easy women.
No.
He's got 2 girlfriends.
No, I don't.
One of them's older than me.
No.
Suspicious.
No.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
Liar.
Never mind. Okay, so basically what we're looking at is that if you want to change stuff, I've recently got back in touch with an old client of mine who over the years has just put on all the weight that she lost. Sit up straight. There you go. And what it means is that I can hear myself on Thingo. I'm just going to turn that down so I can't hear myself. So basically what happens is that people don't tend to accept what they're doing to themselves in real time, and then it kind of hits you a bit like a freight train. But when it does, you're faced with these 2 choices. One is that you can live in denial about what your situation is. You've let things go to rack and ruin. And then basically what happens is you can either then accept it and change it or not. And the thing is, most people choose not to change stuff and try and, you know, eat around the corner, around the edges of it, and not attack directly, which is what we really need to be doing when you come down to things like this, which is more about taking ownership of your life. And if you own your life, there's nothing you can't do. If you decide not to make a conscious choice to own your stuff and to accept what you have, you know, then basically you have no right to complain, right? What do you think?
Yeah.
You can't complain, right? No. There's some valid feedback there. But basically what that means is, you know, if I don't accept what I've done to myself or how my body is, I can't begin to change it. And that's true of work, relationships, anything like that. You have to be able to say, all right, this is absolute bullcrap, and we are going to do something about it. And the way we do things about it is basically we have to start with a little bit of a plan. Now, this is where it gets a little bit complicated because we can't have any expectations of what we want to do. We just make choices from one step to the next without really trying to outstretch or look too far ahead. What happens if you look too far ahead? You know? No? Have a guess? Yeah. Well, if you look too far ahead, what happens is you end up just getting disillusioned. You say, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah. It's too hard. I'd rather just buy some stretchy pants. You like stretchy pants?
No.
I do. I really do like stretchy pants. But I said, I'm not going to buy any more because I own my shit. And basically I said, you know what? No more stretchy pants for me. And after I took the stretchy pants away, I started wearing stretchy dresses. It's true. And then when the court order came through, I had to stop doing that. So I came back to where I should have been, which was to say no more overindulging. Well, like alcohol, for example, and cigarettes.
You don't smoke.
No, I don't smoke.
Or drink.
I don't drink, actually, do I? So, but that's a choice of mine. People will choose to do it. But now, like, you know, cancer, they've now discovered that drinking causes 7 kinds of cancers.
I never knew that.
No, you're not going to drink? Famous last words. I'll play this video back to you when you're older, mate.
Okay.
You go, I'm never drinking. I doubt it very much. So basically what happens is we make a choice with the consequences of which your choice is conscious of owning, saying, well, I'm not going to do anything about it. I don't mind being fat and unhealthy. So my choice is this. Now I consciously have to say, well, that's fair enough. I'm not going to do anything about it. Who cares? I love being fat. Is that what you're going to say to yourself when you're older?
No.
Well, you don't have to, but you can if you want to. That's the point of it. Now, if you do decide that you wanted to lose some weight, you have to say, well, actually, look what I've done to myself, right? Yeah, fair enough. And then you can say, well, I'm going to do something about it. Yeah. And when you make that choice, too many people get carried away and think it's such an uphill battle, they're not going to do it. And then they start to come apart. But the truth is, well, okay, making that a mission to yourself and then accepting the consequences of what you've chosen to do is how you actually get ahead, you know? Because you make a little plan. Now, you don't go from step 1 to step 5. Where do you go? Step 1, 2?
Step
2? Does that sound good? No, we go from step 1 to step 2. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so it's not quite child's play, but you do get your head around it. But basically, from step 1 to step 2, you can change one thing. So let's say you eat a lot of cakes.
Yeah.
What do you do to change the first thing?
Exercise.
Well, yeah, and you can do that, or you can say,
Go on jogs.
yeah, or you can say, I'm going to have less cakes. Yeah? And then there'll be less cakes. Okay, so basically what's happening is then when we do that, we can understand how we can then get from cake 5 to cake 4 and then cake 3 to cake 1. Yeah, and basically over that we go to step 2, which is then we start to change more stuff like the jogs and stuff like that, right? So it doesn't have to be rocket science, really, does it? It just has to be something that you're going to do consistently. And when you're doing it consistently, you start to see changes. But first of all, you just start with your markers. If you try and make some elaborate plan that's just going to be too hard to achieve, well, you're going to end up feeling disillusioned. So owning that part and having the insight to be able to move one step at a time and take it patiently is just how you're going to start to reclaim your life. Now, let's say you choose nothing. If you choose nothing, what happens, do you think? Well, you're always kind of making these excuses, yeah, and things just don't seem to ever get any better. And it's kind of dangerous because it goes through your whole life like dominoes, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? And when that goes through your whole life, then your whole life just smells of, it's like a train wreck, like a car crash, you know? And so that's a choice that you have to make, but that's fine as well. But if you choose that, then what you can't do is complain because you've chosen that. Yes? Conscious choices are what it's all about, really. Once you've owned or recognized the situation, whatever it is, if you're alcoholic, a gambler, a wife beater. No, well, these are all things that happen. Once you recognize you've got the problem, the next step is to make a choice, whether you're going to do something about it. If you show no remorse, if you don't feel sorry about what's happening in your life and you're comfortable with it, then carry on doing what you're doing consciously. Keep eating, keep smoking, keep taking the drugs, keep taking the alcohol, and don't complain because they're choices that you're making consciously. And the consequences that you're making consciously, they're also things you have to face up to, right? Yeah? What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Yes? I'm doing all right? Did I get a pat on the head? Good boy, well done. Okay, so basically, then the next step is having owned it and made a conscious choice about it, really then is to just keep on doing it. Like I said, I had a client that's just come back recently and she's put on a hell of a lot of weight and she seems really demotivated. This happens, you know, when your life overtakes you. But remember, it's about the agreements that you've made for yourself. So if you tell yourself, okay, I want to have a wife and children, and I want to have a job, and I want to have a car, and I want to have a house, and I want to own my business, and I'm making these agreements because they bring me joy, right?
Yeah.
So if I start getting all stressed out and angry, those things aren't bringing me joy, are they? But who put them there?
Yourself.
That's right. So I have to choose. If I want to be happy, I have to dump the bad agreements that I've made.
Mm.
And sometimes that's really painful because you have to let go of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know?
Mm-hmm.
You have to say, okay, this isn't working for me. And I chased it down, and now I have to make it better, right?
Mm.
And if I make it better, it sometimes involves a difficult decision and things that are quite tough, right? So once you start to get on the right foot, if you know that you're on the right path and you start to put things straight and you say goodbye to the people who aren't good for you,
Mm-hmm.
and you quit your job because your job is just about money,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't make you happy,
Mm.
and you know you'd be happier doing less and eating less and spending less
Yeah.
and living more simply, you start to see that everything has a bit of a knock-on effect, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what most of the problems are, you see, because we don't need to give people at home, a program as to what to do. What we need to do is just offer them an opinion, but they don't have to take it. They don't, do they? No, they could tell me to stick it. Stick it somewhere the sun is not shining, you see. We have to be very careful what we ask, because the whole no expectations thing, when you do it or you make that kind of offer, you don't expect people to do it. You can just say, look, this is how I feel. And you don't have to take or feel better because people do it or they don't. This is just the way we live, or I live my life. What do you think? Yes? Invaluable advice. Yes?
Yes.
My beauty, my cutie beauty. So what happens when you start to get your life back together is you realize that all along it's the things that you told yourself that tend to hold you back more than anything. And we tell ourselves a lot of false lies, you know? False stuff that just doesn't make sense because we think it's about these things or those things, but it's not. We've only just told ourselves that it's about this. So basically getting your stuff together, whether you want to be in the Olympics or just climb up a mountain or do whatever it is you want to do, then basically everything comes good once you start to get a good grip on owning your life. Yes. And I don't know how many people we've got watching. So, we got one viewer. Hey, everybody. Yeah, you want to ask us questions? Come on, we'll be really happy to answer any questions. One viewer. I know who you are. I know where you live. No, I don't. Come on, let's wait. Let's look into the camera and wait for them to ask us a question. So if you come over to the Hangout, can we get you linked to come over to the Hangout? Oh, I'm so excited now. Come on, come and see us over here. No, you have to go here, look. And then you come over and you say, join us. They're going to disappear before we can figure out how to invite them over. Hang on. Maybe.
Oh, 2 viewers, just then.
2 viewers,
Yeah,
wow. We're really cooking now. Oh, 1 now.
Oh.
Hang on, how can we get people to come over here? Invite everyone. No. Message, invite more. I don't know how to do this. Share event. I don't know. That's not the one either. Okay, we'll go back and have a look over here on our little thing and see if there's how many people there are.
See, 2.
2 viewers, wow. Now we got 2 viewers. Come on, guys. 1, oh, mum.
More viewers, please.
Yeah, our mother and the other person we paid to be online. So that's the questions we're going to get asked now. So yeah, we can ask. I don't think there's anything here, but they could ask us questions. They have to sign in, I think. So screen share, we ain't doing that. Invite people. Hang on, here we go. Here we go. Now they can come on. I know how to do this now. Right, here we go. So this is how we do it. Over onto the thing now. We can get people to ask questions. Yay!
Questions, please.
There's usually on YouTube here. There's a little thing that says click on, skip ahead to live broadcast, and there's normally a little thing that says join the conversation over here on YouTube. But hey, let's just add this in here. If you are watching on YouTube, we'll put up the link on the bottom here. There you go. Now you can come over. If you have your thingo, then you can come and ask us questions. How exciting. We had 1 viewer. Hey, 3 viewers. Wow, look at us. We're cooking with gas now. So, okay. So obviously we're doing something wrong. Because okay, basically, yeah. So let's have a look. Some of the other things that you can do when you make sure that you're just getting into the swing of exercise. 2 viewers again. Never mind. I'm sure that they'll have many viewers afterwards. Yeah. After, because we'll be there forever. We'll look at this when we're 50, 60. After you get into your stride of fitness, you find that it's easier to start just taking less and less on board as you realize how easy it is to actually have a healthy life without much money at all. I don't have much food in my fridge ever because we buy on the day, don't we? And it's important that you buy food on the day because you get the best, which is the seasonal stuff. I've got a whole stack of, pumpkins in the kitchen. Yeah, 3 pumpkins because they're cheap right now, and we'll cook them up and they'll be there. And you know, you realize that this whole buying stuff and saving up for holidays that are only 3 or 4 weeks out of the year, and then you're stuck in an office for 45, 50 weeks of the year is a lot of time, isn't it? Yeah. You have to ask yourself what your dream was when you were a kid. And if your kid was to be stuck like an animal in the office for 50 odd weeks of the year, then I guess that's exactly what you have to do, right? You know, but if you want to spend time being healthy and happy, having less sometimes it's not about being, you know, they call it a socialist. You don't know what that is yet, but we will one day. We're not political at all because we have fitness, you know, this is the what, but having less allows you to get into yourself. If you have this itch where you keep telling yourself you're not good enough and you keep competing and comparing, it's not often where realistic. And I was thinking about this the other day, right? The thing that happens is if you had in your life lots and lots of money, which has happened in the past, you realize that there's only so much you can do before that money defines you. The money defines you. And it's not because of the money. If you had lots of cakes in your life, the cakes would define you, yeah? Now, if you had lots of ants in your life, you know, ants everywhere. So instead of money, you had ants. The ants would sooner or later be something that all you were known for was ants, right? Yeah. Now, if all you had was footballs in your life, just more footballs, more football. This is not just about money. It's about excess and having too much of anything. This just becomes one of the things you can never really get away from in your life. But when you're open to explore and you don't have all that baggage really to be able to move and be able to be free, then you actually find that maintaining a level of fitness is the most important thing that you can do, because it's the one thing that your body is going to be prepared for the rest of your life, to enjoy the experiences that you can absorb and turn inwards and realize just how amazing you are, you know? And if you have this limitlessness, which allows you to do these things, and you understand that, it's an amazing power. It's something that really, really does kind of give you a bit of a boost, because you know that you're absolutely free then, and you want to be fit and you want to be healthy, and it doesn't become a chore and it becomes your meditation, your life, and you feel good for it, you know, because try to push kids, I think, into too much pressure often is the cause for all this depression later in life, because they don't know what to think, and they think what the common people think, or the man in the street thinks, because everybody sold the same dream. So when it comes down to understanding why people are so fat and so unhealthy, it's not because they eat too much lettuce, is it? It's because they have too much money to spend on things that they don't really need, or they're not spending on other things. They're spending it just on food, and they're not doing the other side of the equation, which is to be keeping up now. You're fast asleep. Well, I'm going on a little bit, but that's only because we've got 3 viewers. Keep track. 4.
4,
yay! 4 viewers, and they're my mum, my dad. Who is it?
You didn't invite them.
No, I didn't. They're just a pain in the ass. They would definitely, and nobody's asking us any questions. I don't know what we're worried about. We're just here talking, rambling on a little bit. Anything happening? No, this is a chat message. You can say, you can write in there. You say, hey. Come on, nobody's there, you see? Hey, I'm on there. But nobody's saying, I got a question for you. You got a question for us, we'll answer it to the best of our knowledge. Okay, so what I do, this is what I do. I don't really share this much with you about my fitness because I think it's a little bit, personal. It's like something really personal. Every day I get up early in the morning and I go out to just around the corner to the park and I train for at least 1 hour in the morning and then 1 hour lunchtime and 1 hour in the evening. And that's because, that's easier for me to do because I'm a professional, yeah. But it's not something I understand everyone can do. Now, the reason everybody can't do that kind of thing is one is because most people don't understand the joy that you get from that by turning inwards and knowing your body. People just don't get it. They go, you must be mad. And basically, yeah, maybe I am. But I try and keep my workouts as simple as possible. I work out with my clients. I like to motivate them, like to charge them. I like to keep them on form, And we keep it very interesting because every day is something different. I don't think I've ever done 2 workouts the same, right? 4. Nobody's there yet. Nobody's asking any questions. So then what I try and do is I make my life as interesting as possible by keeping the variety of everything I do. And then I match that up with the quantity of food. And I know what my carbs, proteins, and fats are. Mm-hmm. And I know that if I introduce things like alcohol to my system, that it kind of stops the show, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. What kind of show does it start?
Another person.
No, it could be another person, but it's more like it's a show of, it just makes everything slow down, like the handbrake's on, and I can't really keep on doing it. And actually then I start feeling really bad and I can't keep training because it's too hard when you have to be a slave with 2 masters, you know what I mean? So one side you've got alcohol and the other side you've got exercise, and they're enemies. They hate each other. So I don't, they don't fit well together for me. So I guess that it's harder to kind of keep that balance, isn't it? Yeah, you're falling asleep. Am I putting you to sleep now? Well, 2 viewers are. I've put 1 more to sleep as well. Anyway, so this has been riveting, hasn't it? Did you enjoy this?
Yeah.
Yes. I loved it. So.
Hashtag I love PT.
You love PT? Me love PT. I love PT. Everybody loves PT.
1 viewer.
1 viewer. Everybody's going to bed. Oh, no, you know what it is. Obviously. After we watched all fucking 25 hours of the opening ceremony of the Olympics this morning, I got as far as pee and I fell asleep. Oh, God. And I woke up again and they're still coming out. I think what's happening is I actually got some sports happening now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, my precious beauty. Yeah, they're all going to leave us. Well, somebody might ask us a question. Well, if you do have a question, hey, and look, this is another great thing about being here in the middle of Sydney. One is that half the world is over the other end of the world and we don't have to deal with you. Yeah, and the other half of the world is still here. And because Sydney is such a wonderful city and we're such loving people, I Love PT isn't about taking money from people. It's about helping, isn't it? Yeah. So we don't always need to be paid for the work that we do because we're about helping people. And it gives us a sense of purpose when we're helping people, isn't it? So that 1 viewer, if you're still watching and you're near Sydney, or people in Sydney, or if you're on Skype, that's the other thing, you see, because this is the wonder of this wonderful thing we've got on here now, is that you can talk to us on Skype and we will help you to find out what it is that you need to do. And, we don't ask for money sometimes, only on rare occasions when the bills aren't paid. Or if we've only got bags of carrots in the fridge, right? And then we feed those to the dog. I love PT. So if you need help and you have got a sense of humor and you're not going to take yourself too seriously about all this stuff and you realize that the hard work is all down to you, then give us a call. I mean, we'll put up some details and you can contact us. What do you think? You think this is a good game?
Yeah.
You like this gig? You like making videos and talking to strangers? Oh, 2 viewers. Here we go. Now we'll start handing out the free workouts. If you want, it's 7 o'clock every day, Monday to Friday. Where? Where's the workout?
Observatory Hill.
Observatory Hill. 0700 0700 Monday to Friday, 30 minutes. You don't need to bring anything other than a smile. You have to wear some clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps because sometimes you get a little muddy. But then there's another repeat performance, almost like our little matinee at 7:30, and you can come and join us there on Observatory Hill, New South Wales, Sydney 2000. It's Observatory Hill. You can't miss it. It's in the middle of the city, right? It's Sydney's highest point. So you're welcome.
It's near a school.
Yeah, it's near a school. It's in the park. It's in Observatory Hill, Sydney, right?
Mm.
Yeah. And we've been doing that every day for years and years. So you're welcome to come and join us and start to get in with some people who aren't doing it for any other reason than just to feel good and have some fun. We're all good, like-minded people if you want to join in. And oh, there we go. There's another one at 12 o'clock and another one at 1 o'clock. But the 12 o'clock one changes location. So we've been doing that for a while. And if you want to come and join in, come and join in. Bring your friends and cake. You want cake?
No.
No, what did you want them to bring?
Mm.
Sausage?
No.
bring some hot dogs. No. Okay, that's about all we got time for today. So, and one viewer has been holding on in. I know who you are.
Who
I know who it is. I have a really good idea.
It's YouTube, isn't it?
No.
It's the YouTube
No,
player.
you see,
It's
one viewer. We are on fire, man. That's more than I've ever had.
None.
We had 4 today, man. That's like the best. Okay, kids. So we'll see you soon. And just remember, don't take yourself too seriously. Yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah, take it easy. Be happy.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
Happy about that?
Yeah.
How did I do?
Good.
Good?
10 out of
Say
10.
goodbye then.
Bye.
Bye. You're going to click on stop broadcast now. Otherwise, they hear us all laughing. Bye. Bye. Say goodbye.
Stop.